Making a drawstring bag. First, you need to collect the piece of fabric that is approximately 70 centimeters across and 35 centimeters down. So the two long edges referred to in the instructions are the top and the bottom, and the two sides here are the short edges. Step 1, we need to fold over one of the short edges 1 centimeter in and edge press. This is the same as the double rolled hem you would have done in a sample to pass your test. I folded it over 1 centimeter and I'm holding either end. I can then run the fabric over the edge of the table to create a crease line at the 1 centimeter mark. I then need to repeat the step and fold 1 centimeter again to enclose that raw or frayed edge. Again, I hold top and bottom firmly and run it down over the corner of my bench to create a crease. It is now ready to pin in place. Using some pins and with the bulk of the fabric to my left, I want to be pinning away from myself. This will make it easier when you're sewing to remove the pins without getting your fingers in the way of the needle in the sewing machine. So pins go in through all of the layers that are folded and out again. I'm going to continue until that row is completely pinned. My short edge is pinned in place. It's now time to repeat the same on the other short edge. With both short edges pinned, it's now time to sew them down. Remember that as you sew, you want to be sewing closer to the edge on the inside of the fold, not the outside, to ensure it stays down securely. Reverse at the start and the finish and use a straight stitch. I've sewn both short edges, remembering to use a reverse at the start and the finish. I've used black just to make it easy for you to see. You choose whatever colour thread you would like. We now need to repeat that same step of folding twice, pinning and sewing on one of the long edges, not both, just one. With two of the short sides and one of the long sides sewn, it's now time to work on the last long side. For this one, it's similar, but a few small changes. The first fold is still 1 centimeter. The second fold, however, is 3 centimeters. This is going to provide a channel or a tunnel for some ribbon to go through to create a drawstring. So 1 centimeter, and then the second one is closer to 3 centimeters to be folded. Again, edge press and pin in place, then sewing along the edge of the fold, the edge that's close to the inside of the material, not the very edge that would be dangling off. Here is what that top edge looks like pinned. The top edge has been sewn. We now need to enclose or fold the fabric in half to make it like a bag. The folds that I've sewn here, I want them to be on the inside of the bag. So when I fold it, I make sure that I fold so they are on the inside, and we're going to sew this the right way out. The thicker seam here, or the fold at the top, we want to leave that open because that's where you're going to put things into. The other part we need to leave open and we don't want to sew shut is the tunnels here for the ribbon. So for those reasons, we only have 2 edges to sew. From underneath the ribbon holes, down, and then along the bottom. This edge over here has simply been folded, so we don't need to sew it. So I'm now going to pin the 2 edges that I'm going to sew, and when I sew it, I'm aiming to follow the line that is already there for neatness. The edges are sewn. It's now time to thread the ribbon through the holes, the tunnel, all the way around and back out the other side of this top part of the bag. To help you do this, a safety pin makes it a lot easier. Just placing the safety pin at the top of the ribbon and closing it over, and then inserting the safety pin and the ribbon into the side of the bag. What I like to do is push behind the safety pin and gather up some fabric, then grab onto the safety pin and gently pull the bag that was bunched up back across on top of the ribbon. I'm going to continue that all the way around until the ribbon is coming out the other end. The ribbon has come through the other end, so I now just want to hold the ends together and have a feel to make sure the ribbon is not all twisted inside the tunnel here. Yeah, feels okay. Time to remove the safety pin and simply join the ends together with a knot. I'm going to use a loopy knot like this with both layers of ribbon together and pulling it tight towards the end. And so that the ribbon doesn't fray, getting your fabric scissors and chopping them off on the diagonal will help it to stop fraying. Once you have trimmed off any loose little threads and things, your bag is almost done. It should function if you pull the drawstring closed, and then you can loosen it to open. The last step is to have your teacher or someone trained in using the iron to add your image or design to the bottom half of your bag. The reason it goes down here, because when we tighten it up, any imagery up here is going to get bunched and distorted, so we need it down in the bottom section.